2025, are you ready?
I mean, things have been happening, haven't they?
Oh, my God.
Well, let's begin with that, because yesterday, as we know, it was a really big day in Canadian politics. The Prime Minister announced his intention to resign and indicated that he thinks, and one of the things he said yesterday was that he believes his resignation will help, quote, bring down the temperature in the House of Commons and the nation. The idea of bringing down the temperature. Andrea, the sentiment feels like a lot of people in the country are just angry. So do you think his resignation will finally bring the temperature down?
Well, I'm gonna start with saying I'm angry because I just came off a really nice vacation and we're launching into all this hard stuff, so thank you, Justin. But honestly, I'm not hearing a lot of anger. If anything, I've been hearing anger for the last couple of months from friends and family and acquaintances who've been very angry about what's been going on in the country. And since his announcement, I'm hearing a lot of jubilation. People are very happy. They're like, finally, they got what they wanted. But I'll tell you something, it's very interesting. I think it's something, no matter if you like him or hate him, something is very evident that the political climate in this country has changed. There's a lot more vitriol, a lot more hatred, something that we've never seen before. I live in the downtown area, and I cannot tell you how many anti-Trudeau rallies, parades that I've seen in the last couple of years, which has been very interesting and something I've never seen before. And while I'm paying attention to what's happening, I'm also noticing that people who don't like him, who are like, I don't like Trudeau. And I'm like, okay, well, give me the top 3 things you don't like. And most times they cannot give me a hard answer, which is troubling to me. It's like, well, you're saying it with your whole chest, but you don't have an answer. So I
think they don't like what their lives feel like right now. Like,
I know, but if you're going to say something with your whole chest, you think you'd be able to say, okay, if I say I don't like Jamar, and someone says, well, I'm like the hair, the shirt, like, give specifics. No, I'm fine with it.
Great.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. But you should, if you're gonna have such a strong feeling, give me some real strong answers.
Facts.
Give me facts. But I'll tell you something. There's also something that I'm noticing, not just here, but around the globe, there is a sentiment of the same kind of anger from people. And we're talking about United States, we just saw with their election, also in places like Germany, in the UK, several other countries, and actually the Prime Minister of Denmark actually said there's a name that keeps coming up, and that's Elon Musk.
So it's social media.
I want you guys to pay attention to that. He says, I find it worrying that a man with enormous access to social media and large financial resources is so directly involved in the internal affairs of other countries. This is not how it should be between democracies and allies. So while everybody, whatever your political leanings, however you feel, do a little bit more reading. Pay a little bit more attention.
Bring
because
some receipts.
The climate is changing in a different way, and it doesn't make me feel good.
Receipts, you know, I think people have a short-term memory when it comes to politics. They think about what's going on today and who the figurehead is, and they blame that person. They forget all the conditions, be it political, be it corporate, everything that had to do with global that brings us to this moment. So while Justin Trudeau is getting all the vitriol for where we are today, what were the things? COVID, you know, the grocery prices, all the things, what made those things happen? And is it all Justin's fault? I don't know. But I think people really need to figure out what exactly they're mad at. And not who, but what they're mad at.
And manage your expectations, because the new person, are they going to be able to fix those?
Well, the new person has already gone on record and said that you know, pump the brakes, things aren't going to change overnight, implying that there are many, many factors that work to the current situation that we're in. I do think people have been mad, and for good reason. I think the last little while, there's been frustration all around. Unemployment, the fact that many people will never be able to afford a home, grocery prices being unaffordable. Like, there's a lot to rage at. And I think what happens is people don't know where to put that anger, right? So you look at the leadership, and of course, you're like, why haven't you done something? When really, if you get into the nuances and the weeds, there could be better questions asked. Like, why, for example, have this was a recent article on CTV, the top 100 paid Canadian CEOs earned on average 210 times more than the average worker did in 2023. So if your grocery prices are going up and these you know, people at the tippy top are making exponential profits, you can start to ask yourself some questions. Now, somebody might say, then why didn't Justin Trudeau put some sanctions in place to let, you know, corporations not maybe make these exorbitant bonuses and structures? The thing is that, like, I'm not an economist. I'm not, like, I don't know the way that works. What I do know is that people who have a lot of money also end up having a lot of power.
Yes.
And if you anger these business owners and you anger people who have the most wealth in a country, chances are the tides are going to shift anyway. So you have to do this balancing act and this dance as a politician that is quite, that of course we expect them to do and they should do. What has alarmed me throughout this time is the merch.
The merch.
What do you mean the merch?
I mean like the stickers, the F Trudeau, the signs, the t-shirts. I have never seen that level. No matter how, like, hating a politician is not new.
No.
But this level
But the merch is new.
The merch is
The merch is new.
And I think that's social media. That is social media, and that's disturbing.
You know, I agree with you completely, but we have to also put this in context because I agree with everything all of you said. I don't think you can blame one person for all the demise of your life. It's just not realistic. We live in a global atmosphere, so our economies are all linked. And the billionaires are running everything. If you think your prime minister or president is the boss, just look what happened in the United States. Billionaires put Trump in. Trump didn't get in. But anyway, that's a whole other story. My point is, to your point of merch, what social media has done, and in the era that Justin Trudeau has been prime minister, has been the last 10 years. And we now have a new microscopic focus on the impact that social media has had on rhetoric around the world. Everything from not only mental health, but we're no longer sitting at home. When you take a look at when Brian Mulroney was prime minister, and he started in office with the low 60% approval rating. He left office with a 12% approval rating. But you didn't see F. Mulroney bumper stickers, because you know why? People didn't have a venue. You know what they had to do? They'd take out a paper and a pen.
Typewriter.
Maybe a typewriter. I am very upset with you, sir. And now what we do is we do this, and then you find a community.
Everyone
But we
and the
reward
echo
people
chamber.
now.
And you don't
we
even have to
reward
have a
people.
well thought out. It's like 140 characters. That's it.
Exactly.
Oh, but
So
the
I think-
rewards are immense for having these
Yes.
hot takes and these really horrible statements and slogans because you get followers.
Yeah.
And
This
you
is
get a
exactly
following and you get
20,000 likes in an hour.
Yes, but I think, I think if we go back to the economy, which I think is where a lot of people are hurting, and people have the right to be mad. A lot of people will say, can we hold two thoughts at the same time? Can I care as much about the environment if I can't pay rent? Can I care as much about social justice if I can't put food on the table? And these are real big questions that a government has to deal with. And I just think we are putting a lot of pressure. It's a big job, so you got to step up to the plate. But if we believe that that person is responsible for all of our happiness or all of our ills, I think we're a little deluded. A little deluded. Yeah. I just hope everybody takes this energy and makes sure that if we have a vote coming soon, use your voice in your vote.
Can I add? Do some
something.
research. Do some research.
Do some research.
Wait,
Research.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I have something.
Yeah, I know,
There was
I know,
someone.
I know.
Sorry. We had someone who was here recently who said they don't vote. They don't think it's important. They think it's a waste of time. And I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Please vote, especially women. We had to fight. We died and we fought for our right to vote. Please vote in the next election.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.